So SambaNova, we're full stack product. We deliver chips and software and models to companies so that they can own their own AI destiny. They can own the models, they can own the hardware, they can own the software, and then deliver AI services into their own companies. So if you have a lot of private data that you want to train into your own AI model, to train into a model that you can then run privately, that's what we serve. We serve companies and governments, government organizations that have that private data. They want to actually train it, but they cannot disclose it outside their own company environment.
So you develop large language models and chips, semiconductors.
Correct. Yeah. So we have on one bookend, we have chips that compete with NVIDIA. And on the other end, we have SambaOne. SambaOne is a trillion parameter model that is composed out of open source models that the companies can then customize. They can train their private data into it and then own that model for their own use. And they never have to disclose that customized model to the outside world.
Speaking of NVIDIA, how do you compete with now the biggest company in the world creating semiconductors? And how do you think that the antitrust rules might actually benefit you in the future in taking a share of the market?
Look, governments are going to always look at fair competition and making sure that we can stimulate the market. But here's what I'll say. Our product, we're very excited about our product because as the world is moving to production, as we're going from just testing and kicking the tires to production, you need something significantly more efficient, significantly more lower power, significantly lower cost than what you can get in the market today. And this is where SambaNova comes in. SambaNova is a true multi-tenant AI platform. And by that, I mean, you can have thousands of models running on the same hardware platform, where today you can only run one model per chip of NVIDIA chip. And so as you go into production and you have many, many users coming together, you can't use one chip for every user. You need to find a way to actually create a much more efficient way of deploying, which is where the SambaNova product comes in. There are only 3 trillion parameter models in the world today, as you know. There's OpenAI's GPT-4, there's Google's Gemini, and there's SambaNova's SambaOne. So the combination of SambaOne plus our own chip and having it actually run in a 10x performance improvement or in 1/10 the power.
سألت السيد ليانغ ما الذي يتطلبه الأمر لإنتاج أشباه الموصلات، فقال إنها أصعب ما نقوم ببنائه في العالم حالياً، وأنه هناك 3 تحديات رئيسية. فلنتابع.
There are 3 main issues that you see with chip design. One, fundamentally, the technology is just hard to get right. You think about these 3 nanometer chips and how you have to design it, what it takes to get right when you have hundreds of billions, if not trillions of transistors all put together. It's extremely difficult just from a pure technology perspective, arguably one of the hardest things that we on this planet build. That's one. Second, there's a significant lack of talent because as a world, you look at the universities, we did not graduate enough people doing chip design over the last 15 years. Most people came out, learning software. And so being able to actually train engineers to do chip design is extremely difficult and time consuming. And so we still got to continue to actually build that. So the talent pool is also hard to find. But then finally, it's an extremely expensive investment. That many companies, you look at SambaNova, we've raised $1.1 billion in venture capital in the first 3 years of the company. It's a capital intensive investment. Not many companies can put that type of capital in it to invest and continue to invest over many, many years, because chip design takes some time to produce and produce and actually get into the market.
Can we talk about your project with Aramco?
Sure. Aramco has been a great partner, so they built their MetaBrain, and we're so really excited about the opportunity to actually collaborate with them. We've been there for nearly a year now, and really working very closely with the entire team. Dr. Ali Abusnina is an amazing leader inside Aramco and building 90 years of data trained into a model and then deploying across the whole company. It's just an incredibly visionary step that Aramco took in actually leveraging AI and driving their entire business through artificial intelligence. I think if you look at Aramco's goal, is going to touch everything they do in every aspect of the company, and it's going to raise the productivity of the company by 10x over the next couple of years, just by driving AI into the workflow of every individual in that company.